This video is about direct attacks or collateral attacks. What you need to know is that as a representative of your name, you're foreign to the United States. There's two types of foreign. There's private foreign and public foreign. Land that's outside the United States, like Africa, Asia, France, whichever, that's public foreign. The representatives of the United States are considered private foreign. Now, the United States will only outrightly recognize public foreign. You got to fight to get them to recognize private foreign. So by you being a representative of your name, you're foreign to the United States. So when you deal with corporations and the government, then you realize that in a foreign court, it's affidavit versus affidavit. So let's use my court case against the impound lot as an example. Okay, so I didn't title the car, and there are fees to get the car out of the impound lot. So that's an offer to the registered owner, and that's an offer to me. Now, to the registered owner, it's considered a sub-offer. A sub-offer is an offer that comes after the original contract, which is the original offer and acceptance. So for the registered owner, the original offer was the application for the title. The sub-offer was the notice to pay the fees once the car was impounded. Now, the notice went to the registered owner. The notice didn't go to me. The impound lot doesn't realize until I tell them that I own the car. So, when what's the best way I could put it? So, by the registered owner selling the car to me, I have to make a claim on the car. So, because my car is in Maryland and I'm in Maryland, I have to talk to the supervisor for the impound lot. Now, to the registered owner, the fees are a sub-offer. But to me, it's an original offer. So, a conditional acceptance is a counteroffer. A counteroffer terminates the original offer. So, I go to the supervisor of the impound lot, send them an email, letting them know this is my bill of sale between the registered owner and the owner, and that I will pay the fees because I own the car. If you could send me an affidavit saying that the fees belong to me, and send me an affidavit saying I filled out the title to the car. If the supervisor can't send me an affidavit, or he responds without sending me an affidavit, which he did, then he agrees with me. Now, the reason why he agrees with me is because in contract law, you have a non-response to a non-performance. If I ask for a affidavit and you don't respond, that's a non-response. If I ask for a affidavit and you send me something else beside the affidavit, it's non-performance. So, in his case, he responded without sending me an affidavit. That's non-performance. Now, because I'm foreign to the state of Maryland, by him not responding with an affidavit, that's called a direct attack. You got direct attack and collateral attacks. The reason why you need to know this is because you're foreign to the state of Maryland. So, I'm in a foreign court. Affidavit versus affidavit. I put up an affidavit because I had proof of my bill of sale. He didn't provide an affidavit. So now the fees are gone. The reason why the fees are gone is because I gave him a counteroffer which terminated the fees. The only way I could pay the fees is if he gave me an affidavit. No affidavit, no fees. He didn't send me an affidavit, so no fees. So now I filed a 10U in the state of Maryland. Baltimore State District Court. The lawyer put in a motion to dismiss. He said Baltimore City impound lot is municipal property, which I don't have personal jurisdiction over, and I didn't exhaust my remedies. So Baltimore City is municipal property. I have jurisdiction over the impound lot in Maryland. In the state of Maryland, they could say I don't. But if I got jurisdiction in Maryland, I got jurisdiction in the state of Maryland. So that argument's gone. Exhausted my remedies. Since I'm the owner, I've never been served notice. That's the due process violation to begin with. Then I made notice to the supervisor with the bill of sale. He never sent the affidavit. He still held my car. So now, by him making a direct attack and not giving me the car back, that's a due process violation. Every attack is considered treason because in war you make an attack. So by him not responding, he made a direct attack. By the lawyer even making a motion to dismiss. Now it's a collateral attack. Once the supervisor didn't send me an affidavit, I got considered a foreign judgment. You have to get a foreign judgment recognized before it can be enforced. So once he doesn't respond, he's out of it. The lawyer is not a fact witness that can't get on the stand. So once the lawyer seen that I own the car, then the court was in the ministerial capacity, he's supposed to tell the impound lot, listen, you got to kick out the bread and give him his car back. If they don't do that, then the lawyer is waging war against you. It's treason. When the lawyer made a motion to dismiss, it's a collateral attack. So what did I do? I filed an opposition, and I made another counteroffer to the lawyer. I'll accept your motion to dismiss upon receiving proof of claim under penalty of perjury that the defendant has the capacity to make a collateral attack against the facts, evidence, and complaint. I also conditionally accept the motion to dismiss upon receiving proof of claim under penalty of perjury that the Baltimore City District Court has subject matter jurisdiction and vote to hear a collateral attack. Once the supervisor didn't send me an affidavit, it's in Maryland. I'm bringing a Maryland judgment to the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland doesn't have jurisdiction over a Maryland judgment. There's only 3 ways the state of Maryland can have jurisdiction over a foreign judgment: due process violation, fraudulent facts or evidence, or lack of jurisdiction, which means that they gave me the car back before I filed the tenure. They don't have none of those claims. If they can't raise those 3 claims, they can't do anything. If they do anything after the supervisor didn't provide me an affidavit, all of it's collateral attacks. They're in dishonor. So now by them making collateral attack, that direct and collateral attack is treason. But as long as I conditionally accept everything they say, as long as my conditional acceptance is the last form, it's called battle with the forms. The last shot rule applies. The reason why the last shot rule applies is because I do contracts with the state. I have a contract with the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland doesn't have a contract with me. So that's how you deal with the state of Maryland and the foreign government. Because when you're the representative, you're foreign to the federal and state government. That's why I said that the representative is one of the people in the 10th Amendment. The people are sovereign, the federal government is sovereign, the state of Maryland is sovereign. The state of Maryland is a corporation. So, if you stay in honor, the courts have to choose me. It's not about whether they want to or not. They have to choose me. You can't bring new facts in. So once the supervisor didn't send me an affidavit, the lawyer can't raise new facts. They could never put up an affidavit rebutting what you're saying. And that's how you win every time. Now that's common sense. You can look it up. Now this is the thing. Everything I say, look it up. Don't just believe me because I'm saying it. I looked it up, and that's how I can say it. So now you look it up to see if what I said is real. If what I said is real, then that means that the government has to choose you every time. If you go in there making arguments, the government will never choose you. You conditionally accept the government has to choose you. That's how I know I'm gonna win my case. If they want to go on the stand and I asked them for affidavit, they didn't give it to me and gave my car back, they know it's a due process violation. That's treason. The government is waging war against the people, and that's treason. Whether it's paperwork form or through a weapon, treason is treason. If a direct attack and a collateral attack and war attacks are made, right, it's treason. So at the end of the day, I'm going to beat all my cases. It's not just this one case. I'm going to beat all my cases. So now that you know this, the next step is to deal with the birth certificate. Because the birth certificate is the reason why we're in this mess anyway. So once we get past this car situation, I'm going to go into detail about the birth certificate. Because the birth certificate is the real cause of everything. And it's biblical. And once you realize that this birth certificate is the reason why we're in the physical realm, and this is the reason why people die, which I'll go into in more detail in another video, then you'll see how important everything I'm saying. This is all life or death. So this is important. If you want to keep trolling, keep trolling. You can't prove me wrong. When this is life or death, this is serious. So look it up and prove me wrong.